Hey guys, so this is just a quick video on the Normcore 4.1 Tamper with the click sound. So just wanted to make a quick video about switching out the spring and how the click mechanism works. The diagrams and instructions for changing out the spring don't seem to show the click mechanism, and if you put it together wrong after you change the spring out, the click mechanism won't work. So I just wanted to take mine apart really quick and show you how it should be, because like I said, the click mechanism is not really shown on their documentation. So just pull the baffle back here and unscrew the tamping puck, and then you can pull the self-leveling baffle off. And then here is the big outer spring. This is this is what levels the baffle or the whole tamper. And then at this point, you have the actual spring-loaded mechanism and the handle. You probably can't unscrew this by hand, but go ahead and try. And if you can, great. But you probably will need to stick something in here. I have just my screwdriver. It comes with an Allen key. You can use that too, and you stick it in this hole and gently twist, and then you can pull this out. This shouldn't be that tight. And here we have the actual kind of tamping mechanism. I've already gone through and switched mine for the heaviest spring. It comes with a 15-pound, a 25-pound, or a 30-pound spring. And frankly, I think there's really no functional difference between the 25 and 30-pound spring. So unless you feel like tinkering like I did, you know, I'd probably just leave it stock. So now to get this apart here, we're going to just gently squeeze here and then use whatever tool you used to unscrew this part. Just push gently on this pin as you're gently squeezing to relieve the pressure, and just push it through like that, and then you can just pull it the rest of the way out. Or I didn't push it far enough, so I gotta keep pushing, but there we go. So now it popped out just like that. And then this is the part you want to be careful with. So if you're not careful, you can kind of explode this thing and get the click mechanism apart, and then you have to know how to put it back together. So you can pull this piece out gently, and then we can pull this out here. So this is the weighted spring that you can change, and then there's this back spring here behind it, and this little spring and this piece that does the click mechanism are the pieces that aren't really shown on their exploded view diagrams. And when I first took mine apart, you know, I wasn't paying attention, and these pieces just ended up all over the counter. I wasn't sure how they came out, and it took me some experience to figure out how they go back together because they weren't really documented. So these two pieces are the part that do the click mechanism, and the pieces you want to make sure you get back in the right order. So here is the little keeper that holds the spring in place. See, it's just a little ball bearing there on this rod. And so you just need to pull back gently, and this will free the spring. And now you can put whatever spring you want. Like I said, this is the heaviest one. 30 pounds, especially with a handle this large. You know, it's really not that hard to apply that much force to these, so I just went with the heaviest one. So after you switch the spring out, you're going to put this keeper back on, like so. And then we have this part, and as far as I know, these two parts are not on the normal Normcore that doesn't click. And they go back on like this, and you stack. There's this piece here that goes inside this small spring, and you stack that on top of the keeper, like so. And then these just slide back into here. And now installation is pretty much, or reassembly, excuse me, is pretty much the just opposite what we just did. Slide the silver piece back in, like so. I'm gonna make sure nothing's bound up. And then we'll take this pin that we took out, and again, just applying a gentle pressure to the plunger. We'll put that back in. It's kind of hard to do through the camera lens here, but there it goes. And just make sure it's flush on both sides, get it nice and centered. And then we'll take our handle. You probably do want to be careful on the handle. These threads are really fine, and you want to make sure not to get them cross-threaded. So, especially because this is aluminum, very easy to mar up aluminum threads if you're not careful. So, what I would do is I set this gently in there, and then turn it backwards, turn it counterclockwise, until you feel the threads set, and then start turning it to tighten it. And this doesn't have to be tight at all. I would just hand tighten it. And then from there, we'll slide the big spring back over, put the self-leveling baffle on, make sure that that's free and not bound up, and then we can screw the tamping surface back on. And if everything works, it should tamp freely, and it'll give you a nice, satisfying click. And I find the click helps most. It keeps your headspace very consistent, so that's really nice. But there you go. So that's the 4.1 tamper.